for three non-zero vectors a, b and c such that any two of them are non-collinear. If a vector plus 2b vector is collinear with c vector, b plus c vector is collinear with a vector, then determine the value of the vector a added to 2a vector and 6c vector. Okay, let us begin. So here we start with the given condition that a vector plus 2 times b vector is collinear with c vector. Now this immediately tells us that we can express the vector a plus b 2b in terms of the vector c. All we have to do is take some scalar lambda and multiply c vector with it, where lambda is some scalar. Let's label this as equation number 1. Also, it's given that the other vector, which is b vector plus 3 times c vector, that is collinear with the vector a. That means we can now represent the vector b vector plus c vector equals to mu, where mu is going to be some scalar multiplied with a vector, where mu is some scalar. Now let's isolate b vector from here. So b vector is going to be equals to mu times a vector minus 3 times c vector, and let's call it equation number 2. Now what we'll do, we'll substitute 2 in 1 such that 1 now becomes, we have a vector plus 2 times b vector, but we can replace b vector with mu times a vector minus 3 times c vector. That will be equals to lambda times c vector. Fine. Now we will get a vector plus 2 times mu times a vector minus 6c vector minus lambda times c vector equals to 0. Now we can combine all the like terms. So here if we take a vector as the common factor, we have a vector multiplied to 1 plus 2 times mu, and we take positive c vector as the common factor, so we have negative 6 minus lambda. This will be equals to 0, but we have to be careful here. This is a vector because on the left hand side we are operating with vector, so on the right hand side we should get a vector as well, and it's going to be the null vector. Now in the problem it's given here that any two of them are non-collinear. Now we have a vector times some scalar added to c vector times another scalar equals to the 0 vector. So here let us suppose that a vector and c vector are the two non-collinear vectors. So if they are non-collinear, that means that the coefficient of vector a, which is 1 plus 2 mu, this will be equals to 0, and the coefficient of c vector, so that's negative 6 minus lambda, so this is going to be equals to 0 as well. Now solving for mu, we get mu equals to negative 1/2, and solving for lambda, we get lambda equals to negative 6. Now what we can do, we can substitute this back in equation number 1. So we have a vector plus 2b vector. We have equation number 1 given by a vector plus 2b vector equals to lambda times c vector. Since we have lambda equals to negative 6, so this means we have a vector plus 2b vector equals to negative 6 times c vector. So we get a vector plus 2b vector plus 6c vector. This is going to be equals to the null vector, and this is the final value. So we are asked to find out the value of a vector plus 2b vector plus 6c vector. So it comes out to be the null vector.